Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1957 Smith Corona Silent Super vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Color is seafoam green. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back, and these are your margins. This one's your left margin. I'm going to put that around 2 or 3, and the right one around 70-ish. It's about the length of a page. And these are your paper support arms. You just want to make sure that the margins are in between those, or the paper fingers, I should say. They're not the paper support arm. That's the one in the back. This is the paper bail that sits on top. It's got 3 adjustable rollers, which are replaced. The originals were replaced with 3D printed rubber-like synthetic material. Since they don't make those anymore, I have those in my shop if you need an extra set. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch back. It skips 2. One more, it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right. Flip that all the way down. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon when you have it in the middle. It doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you flip it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful typing machine. In my opinion, one of the best typewriters ever produced. It's got excellent print quality. And it's just really easy to type on. It's just smooth. Super smooth. This is the top of the line for the series of Smith Corona. It's probably one of the best Smith Coronas ever produced. One of the best typewriters all around. So to pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip that forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to put this back down and change the color back to black. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side of the keyboard. Very smooth. Tab on the right side of the keyboard. I think we have tabs set at 10 space intervals. To clear those, you just go to each one and just hit the CL button on the right side here, which is right next to the tab. So now we shouldn't have any, but I don't like hitting the tab button when there's no tabs because it just slams to the end and can cause wear and tear on your typewriter. So I like to always set one somewhere in the middle, at least one. By hitting the set button below the clear button, you could set tabs like that. There's a tab there, there's a tab there. We're just going to keep those on. MR below that stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, set that margin a little closer to the middle. It blocks you from printing. If you hit that MR button, it does allow you to go all the way to the end until you get stuck on that paper finger. As a reminder, you don't want to set those paper fingers inside of your margins or else you'll get stuck on them in your vibrator, which is what goes up when you print. That will get stuck too and cause print errors. Open the hood, you get all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, right above the backspace here, you just flip that switch up and it'll pull, since we're at the end of the margin, it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. You flip it down, it pulls clockwise to the right, and that's the direction we want it to go. Touch control right on the top side of the left side of the keyboard. The farther left you go, there's numbers here, and it just says H at the end for high. The more tension there is when you hit the keys, you do have to hit them harder, but they respond faster. The lower you go, the less you don't have to hit them as hard, but they don't respond as fast. On the right side of the carriage behind the knob is the carriage release. Super smooth. And on the front side of the knob is the carriage lock or the escapement throwout, which helps protect the escapement when it's in the case. Because if it's loose, if the carriage is loose and it's just banging around in there, then it can cause damage to the escapement, which is a mechanism that allows the carriage to move one space at a time when you're typing. Carriage release on the left side as well. Super smooth. And this is the, if you pull that out, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept on the inside here. If you flip that switch down, it disables the spacing. If you flip it up, you get the clicks. And on the inside of the platen is the page gauge. So you want to set that right below the 11 on the right side there. when you load the page, and then once you're feeding the page through when you're typing, you'll start to see on the left side the end of the page. That's 1 inch left on the page, and that's half an inch. I think that's it right there. That's actually the end. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.